my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video, we have some juicy details for the Kenobi series. We'll also be talking about Star Wars Celebration, LEGO Star Wars, and more. So without much further ado, and without any more jibber jabber, let's get straight into it. We begin with some massive details for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Making Star Wars is back with some more amazing leaks. More specifically, how the series begins. Now, I will say, my dear friends, if you're trying to avoid spoilers, this is where you should turn away. But if you want all of the juicy, nitty-gritty details, then let's take a look at what they said. Making Star Wars begin by saying the following. The story, as I heard it, goes a bit like this. There was a bunch of footage shown in Burbank recently, and in that footage is what appears to be the Jedi Temple from the prequels. Clone troopers are attacking two young Padawan learners who are being protected by two Jedi Masters. The two Jedi, and they mean the Padawans, seem to be in their late teens to early 20s. The two Padawan learners look on as their Masters are killed. The Masters die to allow their students to live, and the pair escape the massacre as they fight their way out of the temple to freedom. They go on to say that after the presentation, their source asked someone in the know, "What's the deal with that Star Wars footage?" and the person in the know responded that that's the first scene of the Kenobi series. So that is how it opens. And apparently, and this is the great news, they're very pleased with it and they expect it to be a hit. And let's be real here, guys, we're going to see some record-breaking viewership numbers for this show. Now, in case you're thinking that this Order 66 flashback is going to be related to the Book of Boba Fett one, the one that Grogu had, you're mistaken, because Making Star Wars say their source confirmed it's not the same flashback from the Book of Boba Fett, but they did state the scenes could nearly fit together. Making Star Wars say I asked if Grogu was in the sequence, and they said if they were in it, it wasn't obvious, so most likely not. Making Star Wars then confirms Temuera Morrison's involvement in the series. Recently, a picture has been floating around of what appears to be Temuera Morrison in a clone trooper body glove and boots. This may explain the appearance by the actor, and reportedly there's going to be some drama with the clones in those moments too. So there we have it, and that's the report. And by the sounds of things, and based on previous rumours as well, Order 66 and its survivors are going to be a key component of this show, even if the purge took place 10 years prior. As Making Star Wars says, the big question is, who are these Jedi Padawans and who are their masters? I suspect the two Padawans are Nari and Reva. As we know, also revealed by Making Star Wars, Reva becomes an Inquisitor known as the Third Sister and is played by Moses Ingram. Nari, on the other hand, flees Imperial capture and goes on a 10-year mission to find Obi-Wan Kenobi. When Nari makes it to Tatooine in this show, he is inspired to ask Obi-Wan if he wants to restart the Jedi Order with him. Kenobi declines, and unfortunately, the Inquisitors hunt down Nari and kill him. And my question is, if Reva and Nari are those two Padawans, could Nari die at the hands of his sister, who 10 years ago fled the Jedi Temple beside him before she was forced to become an Inquisitor, because the alternative was death? All very interesting food for thought, and something really reassuring about this article is that the sources close to Making Star Wars are saying that they think this show is going to be a hit. As a prequels fan, hearing all of the recent rumours and scoops, I'm so grateful to Deborah Chow. Also for the rumoured flashbacks, not just of the Great Jedi Purge, but also of Anakin and Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. It really sounds like this show is going to have plenty of fan service, while also giving us some new worlds, planets, and characters. One thing I do want to touch upon once again is that Grogu is probably not in this show, which honestly I'm fine with. I initially thought it might be cool to extend the Order 66 flashback scene from the Book of Boba Fett, but since it's not going to be related, him not being in the show might actually be a good thing. As much as I love and adore Grogu, keeping the show true to Kenobi and the other characters who are going to play a big part makes for a more refreshing live-action Star Wars show without the need to rely on a fan favourite from The Mandalorian earlier in the timeline. It would be interesting to see where Grogu was at this point, who saved him, how he was hidden, and his mind goes dark. But I'm sure Filoni and Favreau have plans for that in the Mandoverse, and it seems like there's no need to show us that in the Kenobi show. Besides, my dear friends, we revisit Grogu and Mando this Christmas, so in just a few months' time, we will see him again. But going back to Kenobi, I'm super hyped about this leak, and as they come trickling in, we're putting the pieces together as to what to expect from this show. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that a trailer is imminent, but until it releases, these glimpses through leaks and scoops are all we have to rely on to get information. Now, as we know, Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 1 releases on May the 25th, one day before Star Wars Celebration. And this brings us on to our next topic of discussion. Lucasfilm have revealed some new art, a new poster for Celebration in Anaheim. It's certainly got a lot of fans talking, and the specific details in the poster are worth picking out and analysing, so let's get into it. Some key features include Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, which represents the upcoming Kenobi series. We also have Ahsoka wielding her 2 white lightsabers. We might get some information for the Ahsoka show at Celebration. We've got Mando, the Razor Crest, and Grogu, and one character who's very prominent in this poster is Maul. They could just be highlighting some fan favourite characters without the need to overthink each one, but if you remember a few months ago, there was a rumoured Maul series still set to be announced. We're not too sure if that's still on the table, but the rumour stated that the Clone Wars was going to yield 2 spin-off shows. The first one which we got was The Bad Batch. We're currently waiting for season 2, and the other one was supposed to be a Crimson Dawn animated series. There has been no word on the project, only silence from scoopers since they first revealed that a Maul show was going to be in development. But if it is true and it will still happen, then maybe Lucasfilm will tell us more about it very soon, maybe even at Celebration. There are set to be some big reveals at Celebration this year. On the poster, we also have BB-8, R2-D2, Slave 1, Luke Skywalker, some AT-STs, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, the Death Star, and so on. Truly exciting stuff. Now, unfortunately, I will not be attending Celebration this year. So now, my dear friends, let's move on and talk about LEGO Star Wars. I've been aching to talk about this all day. WB Games has confirmed details of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga's downloadable content, including the characters available in the game's Season Pass. A total of 7 DLC packs will be available for the game, and this does not only include the 9 movies, they'll also be from the spin-offs and some of the shows. 4 of the 7 will be available at launch on April 5th, with others arriving on April the 19th and May the 4th. Let's go through it all. So on launch day, April 5th, you've got the Mandalorian pack, the Solo pack, Classic Characters, and Trooper Pack. Although Classic Characters and Trooper Pack is only for pre-orders. In the Mandalorian pack we have Din Djarin, Grogu who is non-playable, Greef Karga, Cara Dune, IG-11 and Kuiil. You have a Solo pack with a young Han, young Chewie, young Lando Calrissian, Kira, Tobias Beckett and Enfys Nest. Season 2's pack comes on May the 4th, which includes Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Fennec Shand and Moff Gideon. Also on May the 4th we have the Bad Batch, with all of the members except for Omega. These playable characters will be available in addition to the game's base roster, which is said to include more than 300 characters. I'm super excited. This game comes out 5 days before my birthday. Now before I go, my dear friends, I want to share with you an interesting development for the upcoming Star Wars A Droid Story. If you think back to a couple of days ago, there were new social media accounts opened for Andor and Kenobi. And now guys, a Twitter account for A Droid Story has appeared. With Disney Shareholders Day taking place tomorrow, I wonder if very soon we're going to be getting trailers, posters and release dates for a bunch of upcoming projects. We only know about the release date for Kenobi. Now when it comes to A Droid Story, I feel like this is the one project many fans have forgotten about. We've had no announcements, no updates, and we simply do not know when it's going to release. We recently saw a leak of Anthony Daniels as 3PO, and many fans believe this could be for the series. Let's just see what happens, but I think the next couple of months leading up to Celebration and the Kenobi series are going to be huge for the way that Star Wars is marketed. I could be wrong, and we should keep our expectations tame so that we're not disappointed, but hopefully marketing does pick up. And with that said, my dear friends, that brings us to the end of this Star Wars news update. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and a massive welcome if you are. And if you want even more videos not found here on YouTube while also helping to contribute to the channel, then check out my Patreon page. The link is down there in the description. But until the next one guys, may the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.